China just broke the BL internet, like shattered it into tiny little pheromone-soaked pieces. The very first live-action Omegaverse series has dropped. And yes, it has hits, male pregnancy, and all the messy drama you didn't know you wanted, but can't look away from. The question is, did it slay or did it implode under its own chaos? Let's find out. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into what might be the most unhinged, chaotic, and downright iconic BL series ever made. And if you've ever dipped your toes into fanfiction, yeah, you probably stumbled across the Omegaverse. You know, that universe where biology runs the show, hierarchies aren't optional, and romance is a slow-motion car crash you just keep watching. A hot, sexy car crash. But don't get it twisted. This isn't sexy wolves sniffing each other in the forest. This is politics, power struggles, primal urges, and hormones turned up to 1000%. It's a cocktail of chaos, lust, and questionable life choices. And China actually turned it into a live-action show. Bold. Very bold. Quick breakdown. Omegaverse 101. Okay, for anyone new to the Omegaverse, here is a crash course. Alphas, intense, magnetic, built to dominate, the ones who think the universe revolves around them. The betas, the normies, chill, overlooked, but honestly, the glue holding the society together. Omegas, you think they're soft, vulnerable? No, they're underestimated chaos gremlins and usually the heart of every storm. The twist, biology is destiny here. Omegas, male or female, can get pregnant. Female alphas can impregnate, and there are pheromones, heat cycles, even special bonding rituals. Try explaining this to your grandma and she will call authorities. And somehow China said, yeah, let's make this a drama series. The plot. So, the show is based on a novel, which was already pretty wild. The novel even introduces a rare type called enigmas. Basically superpowered beings who can even make alphas pregnant. Don't ask me, just nod and sip your tea. Now, the live-action adaptation made a few changes. In the novel, Hwa-young raped Xiaosheng during a rut, which leads to pregnancy. But in the series, they kept the assault, uncomfortable choice, but removed the pregnancy, problematic but also not surprising. Then we've got side couples. Messy, sweet, totally relatable, misunderstandings everywhere, classic BL side plot energy. But of course, in the novel, Wenlang got done dirty and by Hwa-young and his own alpha father. The novel made him look way worse. But in the series, even though technically he didn't know Gaoto was an Omega, that whole trash talk about Omega scene, yeah, pure ignorance, not malice. It's still cringe, but understandable. And then comes the biggest twist. Xiaosheng has lived his life as an alpha, only to end up in a dynamic where he becomes submissive to Hwa-young, who lied about being an Omega. Was it consensual? Not really. His reaction to being pregnant was hilarious. You could see that he wasn't even mad about it, and it was cute. Was it messy? Absolutely. Did we hate Hwa-young? Yes. Did we also love him? Also yes. It's that toxic cocktail where you hate yourself for being invested, and that's exactly why it works. Plot score 8 out of 10. Dramatic, uncomfortable at times, but undeniably addictive. Intimacy scenes. Now, let's talk spice. Remember, since 2016, China's censorship laws basically turned every BL adaptation into bromance. Two dudes staring at each other while eating instant noodles was as hot as it got. That ban ended this year and this show went, say less. From the trailer alone, you knew they weren't playing. The hotel scene, legendary. The tension was so thick, I needed a cold shower. Hwa-young dragging Sheng into the room, iconic. Wenlang and Gaoto's chemistry, chef's kiss. NC score 10 out of 10. Could it have been steamier? Sure. Did I complain? Not once. The acting. Who slayed? Who struggled? Eliot, aka Hwayoung. Perfection. His switch between alpha energy and vulnerable omega mode, absolutely flawless. 10 out of 10. Kipuka, aka Xiaosheng. Those eyes, that look. He's magnetic but cute at the same time. 9 out of 10. Ocean, aka Wenlang, made me want to throw him off a cliff and hug him at the same time. Chaotic, neutral energy, 8 out of 10. Pian, aka Gaoto, the Omega acting as a beta. Sweet, shy, relatable. Deserved way more screen time, 8 out of 10. And speaking of screen time, why introduce a second couple if you weren't going to use them properly? Ocean and Pian could have carried their own spin-off easily. Missed opportunity. Chemistry check. The couples? Explosive. Sheng and Hwayoung. Toxic, messy at first, but then made your eyes turn to heart shape and were unforgettable. Wenlang and Gaoto. One-sided love from both sides, not daring to confront, but still enjoying each other's company. Chemistry score 10 out of 10. Give me a spin-off, please. Production and direction. This is where things get wild. The author of the novel didn't just write it. They directed, produced, and funded the adaptation. That's billionaire energy right there. We're talking luxury sets, pristine costumes, and kitchen appliances nicer than mine. The only weak spot, editing. Sometimes the cuts were jarring and pulled you out of the moment. Production score 9 out of 10. Gorgeous, but please, hire a professional editor next time. Iconic moments. Hwayoung gathering Sheng's eggs omegas like a savage. That pretty boy side character needs his own BL. Hwayoung undercover as Wenlang's secretary. Hwayoung popping up like a website cookie, never leaving Sheng alone. Wenlang panicking over Gaoto fainting from pheromones, actually wholesome. Sheng hiring a PI to rescue Hwayoung thinking he was kidnapped by Wenlang. Wenlang remembering Gaoto's birthday, accidental romance goal. Episode 9, Sheng not recognizing Hwayoung aka his assaulter face to face, and Wenlang not identifying Gaoto's voice asking him to stop. Still haunting me. Sheng sobbing over Hwayoung's goodbye letter, brutal. Hwayoung marking Sheng to survive the poison. And male pregnancy reveal. Gaoto's morning sickness plus Sheng's disbelief at the hospital. Iconic. This part is a scene that gave me super mixed feelings because I could understand Sheng being mad about the lies and the assault, but the vulnerable side of Hwayoung gave me heartache. And also, I could feel Sheng didn't want Hwayoung to hurt himself, even though he was mad. And I can't believe seeing this scene made my heart clench, even though I knew nothing bad is going to happen to Sheng. But my eyes got teary. He delivered. Well done, Kipuka. Well done. Behind the scene tea. This part might actually be my favorite. The producer sisters, Nung Jian, went full mom mode for the cast. They rented houses for the couples so they could bond off screen, signed contracts to protect them, and even took legal action when fans crossed boundaries. That level of care is rare in the Chinese industry. Other companies, please take notes. Closing thoughts. So here's my final take. This series is groundbreaking, chaotic and messy in the best and worst ways possible. I love that it exists. I love that it shattered all censorship walls. But can we please stop with the assault and stalking tropes? It's totally fine to have unrequited love. It's fine to not be someone's type. But forcing, manipulating, or bending someone until they break. torture, not romance. I want the same fire and same chaos, but without trauma as the foundation. That said, this was a record-breaking series, a messy masterpiece, and it left me hungry for more. But before you go, remember, this wasn't actually China's first post-censorship BL. That honor goes to Revenged Love, and trust me, the drama in that one is equally insane. So hit subscribe, because you're not gonna want to miss that review. See you next time!